People are living in different worlds now. And it's a result of timeline shifting, reality jumping, programming from the TV, the internal frequency of people, some are on, some are off. We have a lot to discuss today. When you actually are on the ground and you're having these chats with people that also they see what's going on. And the internet is actually exposing this right now. And I find it fascinating. If you're a person that's awake and aware, and you look at an internet post and people are saying, oh, this is what's going on in this location. And then you come to find out that's not true. But then you're looking at the post and, this is where we could this is going to be a very deep chat today. And the community is going to participate in the comments and on the live chat. Some of these things could also be AI, or, they can also be living in an alternate reality. People have said that the internet is the representation of the fourth dimension. And you are literally like peering into different worlds. And there are people that are literally living in different worlds, not a physical world, but a bandwidth of frequencies. There could be someone in the workplace, there could be someone in the supermarket, someone in the gym, and they are on a totally different timeline, in a totally different reality. And you have the ability to jump back and forth through these timelines, the people that have broken out of the matrix. You might have done some inner work to clear your frequency, open your third eye, decalcify your pineal gland. And then you go out into reality and you're witnessing a lot of strange behaviors. Physical attributes of the world that are glitching, also known as Mandela effects. Maybe you've been on your journey and you started to study and learn about Mandela effects. And there are concepts, parts of reality that are no longer the same. You remember this as a child. This was all about the children, because you were a child at some point. And the children of the world, that's you and me and everyone else. We download subconscious programs from birth to the age of 7 or 8. And those subconscious programs and fear that could be placed upon you, that is stored in your reticular activating system, stored within the body, stored within your solar plexus in your gut. That frequency that you carry with you, it is going to alter the perception of reality. And now, in the past few years, we've seen a sorting of people. And the divide of the frequencies is very wide, and some people will not be able to hear you anymore. If you are a person that is a growth-based, ascension-based, right? You're on your spiritual awakening journey. You are on the vibration of authenticity, truth. It's not about claiming these things. It's walking the walk. It is the embodiment of. I've shared this with the community. This year, it is about, if you want to wrap it up, it's about this one term, embodiment, I am. When you look at the internet posts and you could look at a location and then you could actually put posts side by side, and there are people that they're posting about it's the same, but it's the same thing. It's the same location, the same thing, but it's totally different experience. It's like a totally different world. So right now, there are people that are literally living in different worlds. You, the person that's getting this message, you have the choice through your frequency, through your attention. Because some people will be polarized to the negative. Some people will be polarized to the positive. It's always you. That's what we do on this channel. It's a channel of empowerment. Do you want to become a conscious creator? You found the right podcast today. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss ascension, psychology, and quantum shifting. I make these very deep lessons relevant for the everyday life people. And we have a very powerful chat today. Some people say, I want a quantum shift, and they think it's such a difficult thing. But the fact of the matter is, the quantum shift is a decision. And over the past few years, people made very important decisions. I had to make the tough decisions. Maybe you had to as well. We had to let go. Sometimes that tough decision, you've been doing something, you had an identity, but many people, the identity that they had in a pre-2020 world is not the identity that they have today. And we had to go through a lot. And you could have so much gratitude for the potency of the experience that we've all had. It's very intense times, but it allowed us to be able to detox and detach from the matrix. So your life is based off of subconscious programs. Look at mainstream media, look at social media, look at the people. Ooh, people. So you're going to see it's a very stark difference. There are people that utilize technology, right? These means because everyone could learn and share with this now. Are we doing it for the good of others, or is it just a distraction? It depends on what mode is switched on. Is NPC mode switched on, or is God mode switched on? Are you a creator? So let me talk a little bit about the matrix. We're going to talk about real life things that we're seeing and some science and psychology to understand why there are people in this world. And this topic is really exploding. You could check out my recent videos on it. You're literally seeing two different types of people reacting and acting a certain way. Remember these terms: reactor or actor. Some people react, some people create. The matrix, there are too many programs running in the background. The tabs are open. Maybe you have a lot of apps that are running in the background. You have all these apps open, right? You have the computer on, you got Windows open, and you have too many tabs open in the background. And that is draining your energy. Okay, and there are electrical and spiritual ties to these things. Well, where do they go to? It goes to your nervous system. There is like a quiet hum in the background. If you want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, if you want to take control of your life, that's what this channel is all about. Taking back control of your everyday life. No, the programs are running in the background. So if there's a hum, it's a constant drain of your energy. A lot of people are worshiping mainstream media, worshiping political parties, false religions, instead of worshiping the people that they love in their everyday life. I know a lot of people watching this are waking up to this, certain concepts. A lot of this comes from the choice. I've been sharing this for so long. Any person that, if you truthfully want to become a conscious creator, you want to actually have your vocation, you want to actually have the love of your life, it is love versus fear and the choice that you made. And a lot of people had to make choices in the past few years. And every choice that you make, there is no right or wrong to the journey, but the choices will compile over time. And each choice that you make from a place of love, from passion, or if you keep making choices out of fear, you will never grow. You could disappear and reappear, right? You might not see people for like a year, right? Maybe you go back to your hometown, you say, what's going on over here? And you see other people like you, and they're growing and they're constantly making these decisions. And then you see people that still haven't changed or no longer with us going back to 2020. It's been a very potent, a lot of people know the stuff that's been going on in the world. So, we're witnessing a lot of NPCs, non-playable characters. Well, the tabs, and again, if you want to break free, you have to understand these things. What is going on in mainstream media and fake social media influencer distractions? Well, when the tabs are open, there's lag. And what happens is when you have all these things that are going in your subconscious, I get it. You don't see it. That's why I teach conscious, and then you got to understand the subconscious. So all these things that are going, what does it do? It reduces critical thinking. It reduces critical abilities in your everyday life. It reduces focus and the attention span. Look, squirrel, right? No, you got to know these things. And I get it, in the modern society, people get triggered, but when you're empowered and you say, wait a second, there's a reason why people are operating like an NPC. There's a reason why I could take back control of my life and become a conscious creator. When you understand the frequencies, this is a game. Are you ready to play the game? Choose your character. Did you make your decision? I would go with I am, your higher self. This way, there's no playing pretend. There's so much energy that is wasted pretending. How many people that you come across, they're just pretending. And there could be good people. Some people are very good people, but they just play pretend because they're actually afraid. They're actually afraid of love. And then they go and they self-sabotage and they keep getting into terrible relationships. Their heart is unfulfilled. They keep going to a job, and even though it could pay a lot of money, your heart is unfulfilled. I have a lot of brothers on the ground that are going through this change, and it's not about the money, right? It's about your heart and soul, right? And there's a lot of men that are waking up to their intuition, which wasn't the case before. Why did this happen? It was the programming. It was the programming of mainstream media, right? And they trained men to be a certain way. Now they've also trained women to be the modern woman, right? And if you look at, I'm just calling it how it is. That's what I do on this channel. Look at the most popular things on Instagram. It's a lust-based thing. Look at all those apps, right? What's going on? Are you up yet? Are you up? Let's grab ourselves a cup of coffee, and we're going to be chatting today on Our Everyday Lives. What a chat we have. Oh, I'm so grateful for you hitting the like button. Pushes this forward. People hear this chat. So what are the frequencies? What are the choices in life? So what we're seeing when it comes to NPCs and people that are creators, is it dysfunction or is it peace? So in life, if you are a person and you're an empath and you feel deeply, production and purpose, this is very important. So when it comes to the spirituality behind mental health awareness, so important, right? You could write mental health awareness. So there are people in this world, me, you, right? People that are consciously awake and aware. You're driven. And again, this is where it becomes difficult, because if you're numb, if you're just scrolling CNN all day, if you're scrolling fake social media influences and you're just doing comparison, you're concerned about drama, you're not feeling this. But for people that are very driven, that you saw on this podcast, and you say, you want to have production, you have to have purpose, you have to have a reason to keep going. And in this world where a lot of things have been wrongfully done to maybe stop your purpose, and you don't see any production, and then also God puts us in a season, you feel depression. What deep rest, that is the soul, is it, and you get so tired. And when you lose that reason to keep going, right? Especially our men want to build, right? The real men that are all waking up right now, right? We're all here together. And we know that we're in a time period of the world. It's known as the fourth turning. And weak men created the tough times. And the tough times created me and you, brothers. And now we're here. So, I really want you to understand these things and talk about it, right? So I have a lot of strong men. If you feel the depression, there's a reason, because as a truthful man, you want to build, and it's about production and purpose and having a reason to keep going. And if you say, you know what, you need like a purpose with your your vocation, your job. You need a purpose for a real, actual, divine feminine, okay, in your life, not these parasitical women. And you're just like, whatever. And I have a lot of friends. They say, you know what, Mike, I just rather have the dog. The dog gives me unconditional love. Are you a man? Are you listening to this? I have a lot of friends. I don't have a dog in my life. I'm moving forward with my life every single day. But there's a lot of quality single men that have chosen to just hang out with the dog or cat because the dog and cat are able to give you unconditional love. But the modern woman cannot. The modern woman is concerned, an NPC. I give the NPC codes. So the modern woman is concerned about her image on social media, what she can extract from the man, right? And then we also have the simps of the world. They will pacify it. Those are the people that lurk and loosh on Instagram and OF and all those other things, right? So these are deep chats, and we're seeing a difference in society. Right? So people are literally living in different worlds where those things don't even resonate with you. And then you say, I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to drink Al Ghul. Earlier on my journey, I was a man of health and wellness. I've won competitions. I've done it all in my life. I don't age. I teach people how to reverse age. We're going to live 200 years, 300 years, right? The fake life, right? All the things that were chemically making people sick, right? All the stresses in the life. When you detach, and the most important thing that you have to get rid of, if you're listening to my channel for the first time, is stress. Oh yeah, baby. It's all about the stress. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Cliff, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support, Cliff. Cheers to you. We lost the live chat again. We've been glitching a lot. Must be powerful messages coming out. Heavenly Sunlight, thank you for the super chat. Heavenly Sunlight writes, just wanted to pop in and say I love y'all. Let's make God happy today with our everyday life. Yeah, it's about your everyday life. That's the main focus, right? It's about your life, because in this world, what has happened when it comes to mainstream media, what has happened when it comes to the new trap of fake social media influencers, when it comes to comparison. What is comparison? Is the thief of joy. I hope today that you will learn that you could break free. You don't have to be an NPC. You are not a non-playable character. You're actually a creator being. And the people that make the decision, I use this word preemptive, right? When you make preemptive decisions. Earlier on my journey, I'm a man of authenticity, right? There were certain things I didn't like. It's got to get real intense, right? And you have to make a decision. I made big decisions. I'm here to share with the world. When you make these decisions in alignment with God and your soul and this word, this term, self-respect. I had self-respect in every decision I made, right? So it didn't matter, all the different things that popped up on my journey that will try to stop you or distract you. Source Shield, thank you so much for the super chat. Authentic content and fantastic community here. Thank you. Trophy looking great. I appreciate that. That was one of my trophies I won years ago as I continue to teach and really change the game, because I am the game, right? This is how you have to live, right? This is the matrix. I'm telling you, if you're focused on this, there's always new people, and it's a great honor to share these concepts and push it forward. When you start treating this like the matrix that it is, and that it is a game, and you disconnect, you are the creator. And we have to have balance in life. So some people, they have no spiritual balance. They're lost. A lot of people, you know this, that we're in the times of the Hopi prophecy. And some people are spiritually lost. And then there are also spiritual bypassers, right? I met a lot of them over the years. How you doing? Right? No, we have to be healthy, right? We have to make sure that we're not just the head in the clouds. We have to have our feet on the ground too. So in life, teaching about balance in a mainstream society that is actually rooted in polarity, the left, the right, the Coke, the Pepsi, the Democrat, the Republican, the this, the that. I told you this for years. All roads lead to I am. And once you get this concept down, bro, Once you get this concept down, sis, then you will break free of the matrix. With all those programs, because I'm here to tell you, right? We went through a phase when there was maybe censorship in the world, right? And you couldn't just speak. You had to think about what am I going to say, right? And so all these things are going in the background. I lived through this. God forbid you say this or that and the other thing, right? That's why when all those other things that are running in the background, which actually taxes your nervous system actually is the driving force of the reality, not your mind. It's your nervous system. Because we live in a quantum reality where Nikola Tesla said that the main force is actually electromagnetism, right? Some people have been studying Tesla, right? Have you been studying the Nikola Tesla? So there are shifts that are going on. So there's a lot, everyone has a choice. And one of the things that I've seen on my journey is synthetic or organic, all right? And again, everyone can make their decisions with everything in their life. But the main thing I just want to share with people is, when it comes to food, I put all of my, the food is I thought the groceries were supposed to get cheaper. What happened? Can anyone help me out? Why are the groceries so high? So what I've done is, and I'm utilizing diet for everyone. Maybe you're, tuned into this. I can't express enough to you, right? And training for competition years ago, I learned about diet and the importance of it. So I've been healthy for years, but now I'm going even healthier because I have to be conscious and aware, right? So it's one thing to be healthy, at a certain level, but now we have to be healthy at a spiritual level. So when you're not consuming, like the processed foods and stuff, and I like to, take this moment in this energy. Years ago in the summertime, I was always healthy and, I stayed away from sugar, but like as a quote unquote treat in the summertime, because it was hot, they would have a sale. There's a supermarket in Brooklyn called Key Food, and they used to have this sale in the summertime. They'd have these, 2-liter bottles of diet soda, so I would get them. We were on sale, and that was like a summer thing. And then one day during the summer, as I'm going through my ascension process, as my DNA is activating, as my changes are occurring, because our cells, right? We have trillions of cells. That whatever we're consuming is going to affect those cells. All of a sudden, I said, I can't drink this anymore. And this is going back, many years. I went through this process, and when it comes to, maybe once in a while, we don't have to be, too over the top, but maybe once in a while you have a diet soda. But even though it has no sugar, there's chemicals in it, and those chemicals, my body said, "No way, Jose." My body said, "No more." And when you start to go through these things, that's why you have to live your life. So you could say, wow, I used to always eat this. I can't. Well, your identity shifted over the past few years. So you might have friends or NPCs that want you at a certain level. This is an empowerment channel. You have to be up here, bro. You don't fit in anymore. Let it go. We had to let go in the past few years. And by doing so, we actually timeline jump. We're timeline jumping. It's the Punk Rock Prophet. Thank you so much for the super chat. Come visit my location, upstate New York. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, we'll talk. Thank you so much for that. I always used to joke around and say, if you're in upstate New York, it's totally, you're in a different state. You're in a different reality than the city. And sometimes when we think about timeline jumping and so on and so forth, we could go to different locations, and the location will actually carry a signature. And as I've shared this, we have an internal signature. It's going to be a great premiere tomorrow. I hope everyone checks that video out. It's a very deep video I share about my journey. The internal signature must dominate all other signatures, and that frequency must be the dominant frequency. And so you can you can go to locations, and because the location has a frequency, you're literally like experiencing a different timeline where that might be the dominant frequency in that location, but overall your frequency overrides that. And then you could see other people, and then you're collaborating, then you could all see what's going on. So as Tesla said, when you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, we start to see that there are matrix locations, people, things, and situations. And now we start to say, how can we reality jump from one reality to another? Passion is your compass. So these are how the emotions, right? You have to understand the psychology behind it. This is what you need. How do I go from one timeline to another? How do I reality transurf, right? Passion is your compass, and you do not want to fall for the NPC trap. You will never get past that level, and that's where you will get locked in. Remember that the NPC reacts, but the real chooses and creates. This is all on you. Now, a person could hear this. It might spark something in them. It might motivate you, say, oh, I'm ready to go. See, it's always you. We are living in two worlds right now. So, I like to give real life evidence. That's what this channel is based on. All I have to focus on is my everyday life. I have all the answers in my life. And in recent times, there's a video on my channel that's really getting a lot of traction, and it's reaching a wider audience, right? Wider audience. So now the whole world is seeing this video. And yesterday, as I go on YouTube Studio and I'm going through the comments, leave me comments. I actually read the comments. There are two comments right next to each other, and then it's fascinating. It's the same video, and there's one beta male simp that can't comprehend and writes gaslighting, this, and then right underneath it is another man. This is a fantastic video. It's the greatest thing. I'm so grateful for the work that you put in this video. And they're right now, and I open it up. It's the same video, but now we have two people, right, that are viewing the same video, but they're writing the totally opposite thing. I hope everyone understands this right now. You must be the captain of your ship. We are living in totally different worlds right now. Do you understand what I'm putting out there? So utilizing this example, you could see the reaction, right? And then you could see it. I mean, you could see this with art, for example. Let's take lighter things, right? You look at some people say, wow, it's such a beautiful piece of art. And some people say, this is terrible art, right? Some of my world famous diagrams you might see in a museum. I used to joke around. I used to draw a whole diagram on the on the board. I said, you might see this in a museum someday. Maybe they'll be there, right? So you have to break through the frequency fence. There are literally energetic fences. Well, what's the frequency? It's called fear. That's the guard dog. You get to the fear, and then a lot of people say, I don't want that. I don't want that. You have to be strong. You have to push through the fear. And you actually, love is what grinds the gears. But why this world? People say, why is the world falling apart? Because so many weak people can't choose love. And you could see this within, if you do the work for yourself, you are the greatest change for the entire reality. And people will always, not always, people will likely choose to stay in that job that doesn't serve their soul, right? Maybe for the money or what other people will think about them. The people will constantly choose maybe the beta male simp that they can control instead of the man of leadership, right? So this is all in the brain, the Instagram, the social media, all here comes the loop. What do you mean the loop? Well, life is dictated on frequency. So you're going to go out there, and the loop is going to repeat, and it's going to repeat, and it's going to repeat until you are the chosen one. You could write, I am the chosen one to break the cycle, period, the end. So that's how you break out of NPC mode and you get to creator mode. When you jump the timeline, is decision. I have a full video on this. The quantum shift is a decision, but I'm here to tell you, you're going to make that decision. It doesn't mean, the portal I'm Doctor Strange. I'm opening up the portal and I'm going to walk right through the portal right now. It doesn't work that way. So now from that moment, this physical reality is going to start to collapse. The fake people, they fall right off your timeline. There they go. There they see ya. Looking up, see ya, right? That's how you call the home run. You're going to hit a home run, right? That's Michael K, right? So, you say see it to people that are fake. I've been through this on my journey. We're all empaths. We want to love everyone. But some people, again, it's their free will to stay at that level. It is their free will to self-sabotage, especially when it comes to relationships. You're going to have to leave people in the dust, bro. Which a lot of people don't get. If you put stuff out there, it needs to be reciprocated, and you can't chase after. If you chase after if you chase after money, if you chase after a modern woman broad, you will lose yourself. You're magnetic. You don't chase after money. You have a vocation. You don't chase after that. You boom, the divine feminine, boom, like a magnet. Oh my God, they come right in. They come right in. This is what happens. So this is where and in your life, you could be motivated, you could be triggered. It doesn't matter. That's love, baby. What do you mean it's love? Oh, hate is not the opposite of love. Hate is actually love. The opposite of love is fear. The opposite of love is fear. So if you have if something stirs you up, maybe I trigger you. Oh, I love you too. I love you. Am I triggering you? I love you too. That means you love me. Because then if it has no charge, you just don't care. I love certain people, and if they're my friend, and I have brothers, we've done this over the years. If you love someone, you're going to give them the real talk. You're going to give them, and that's what we do, the real talk on this channel. I'm from Brooklyn, kid. This is what we do. That's love. That's, he's being tough. That's love. That's passion. If you don't care, I'll just walk right past him. Leave him right there, bro. Golden Lioness, I love you so much. Thank you for the super chat, Golden Lioness. Mr. D, we appreciate your focus, commitment, consistency, and wisdom. Very grateful for you. Thank you. We've got this. 999. It's over, kid. I appreciate that. I am the chosen one. Each one of us is. It's time to decide. Love you all. LFG. I appreciate that. What a tremendous comment. Do you feel the power in this chat today? I appreciate it. If you hit the like button, let's keep pushing it forward. All right. So you were given a matrix existence. And now what we all do is we take the things that we've done in the previous chapter in our life. The chapter has now closed. And now we are the leader. Now we are the authority, not with ego. See, I am the authority. When I come forward, and this is how we have to be, men. When you come forward, I know I am the authority in these, whatever God tasks me, these things, I know it like the back of my hand. And when you don't know, then you have to refer to other people that know, and then collectively we come together. This is how it is. So what I'm here to do is empower people. You must be the authority, and you have to find those things. What resonates with you? Passion is your compass. I'm giving you the answers. You have passion for something? What do you have passion for? And don't be gaslit by NPCs. I did a video. And this is I observe, I study, I collaborate with other people. NPCs will pop up right before you have a massive decision, and they want to give you advice to keep you safe. It's just part of the matrix code. It's just the matrix code. Just don't listen. All I'm telling you is to be the observer. And the more you don't get aggravated, I look at things and once you see it, it just doesn't affect you anymore. So many people lose themselves because they throw, an opportunity for a relationship away because this is what the catty woman in the locker room told you, right? Then you're there in misery. Oh, you listen to your parents, date this, but don't get that job. Or maybe your parents said you have to be, this or that. And you just wanted to do something that was, what your inner child wanted. It's all about the child. Jesus Christ said, be childlike. It's the truth. I'm just a big kid, right? Oh, you got to be professional. Nah, son. I got to be me. I got to have fun. It was like one of the simplest videos I've ever done. It's just a question. Don't you want to have fun? Check it out. It's true. I see so many people and it drives me nuts because I'm just, you want to have fun? You want to have fun? No, I'm busy. I talked to my buddy and it's like, when we get together, everyone's busy with the Matrix. Everyone's busy living somebody else's life. I hope someone hears this right now. You smash the like button and get up. I'm watching this with passion. I've seen so many people's lives destroyed and just a handful of people like me. Maybe you have, but God gave me this journey. God gave me this opportunity so that the people can finally have real life evidence. Let's bring back science again, real science, where we question everything. Remember they were saying, don't question the science, which is actually the opposite of science. It's so wild. Isn't it wild? No, it was like inverted, but we have to fix it now. Harmonification. Thank you so much for the super chat for the teacher. I appreciate that. Teachers teach, kid. I love you. I'm so grateful. All right. So, what are the things that spark you? So I'm now going to go deeper into this and I've noticed this and it's great to see other people share about it. So not only are there, NPCs when it comes to people. I saw a Facebook reel. This guy was breaking it down. Are there NPC stores? And experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, so let's utilize this because now you could clearly see this example where things don't make sense. How is this store still in operation? So the concept the guy was talking about on the Facebook reel was there are places where the rent is through the roof and you will see a store, and that store, maybe they're selling, I think he said lamps or something like that, and the rent is through and nobody goes in the store to buy anything, but day after day, the store is open. And how do they stay in business? I'm looking around. There are stores. It's amazing what I'm seeing. Stores are boarded up, fenced up because no one could afford the rent. So it just lays there vacant. And then there are stores that are open. And how are they open? They can't afford the rent. So it was a great concept. What reality are we living in? And there are realities that are overlapping and overlaying. We see this glitch within the internet. So that was interesting. I see certain glitches because this is my life and what I do within algorithms. It's just energy. Sometimes I see the correlation of the algorithm according to my how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling high, sometimes the algorithm goes high. And sometimes if I'm feeling a little low or exhausted, sometimes the algorithm goes. I know to some people that sounds strange, but it is an extension of me. It is a frequency. And when you say to yourself, well, there's no rhyme or reason for X, Y, or Z, all of a sudden we see these things and we start to question it. And, not that, again, that reality is not real at all, but the physical is not real. And everything goes to the energetic or the spiritual aspect of it. And, when you are able to change your subconscious programming, that's where change happens exponentially. We could use effort and work and get +1 and +2 and +3. But if you truthfully want to go 10x, you have to get to the programming. You have to reinstall Microsoft Windows, or the operating system, whatever it is. You have to get into the subconscious. You have to get into the beliefs. And where do you dwell? There is a place, right? Is a time when your head hits the pillow at night. Yeah, a lot of people could fake it on social media. There are good, and there's good, and people act a certain way, but they're just scared. I'm just trying to motivate you. Where do you dwell? Where do you dwell? If you choose fear, you will lose every single time. It might not look it. Oh, but tick-tock, time runs out. The truth doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many years pass. Where are we? What year is it? What has happened over the past few years? Tick-tock, time. Linear time, those that are on the spiritual journey and you're doing, your work when it comes to, timeline jumping and reality transurfing, so on and so forth, and quantum shifting. And you understand that time is not real. However, we are operating out of the matrix. You just got to understand this concept. I get it. You're not of the world, right? You're in the world. You have to understand that. The time is the most precious resource. And time actually proves the truth, and future proves the past. And the truth lasts the test of time. Where does it come from? Where do you dwell? Think about that. You want to jump to a new reality? You have to understand that the matrix is full of paradox. Sometimes we put resistance on something. When you get to a place where you're not caring, again, paradox. When you say, I actually don't care, there's no resistance, then it goes. Paradox. So when it comes to, it's actually, it makes me feel very sad. I've been on this journey. A lot of people that are awake, and, it doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. One person I know in one of my gyms is 91 or 2. I couldn't believe it, right? We're all on this journey. It's true. You don't fit in. You see the world. You're conscious and aware in a sea full of NPCs. Soul Star Productions, thank you so much. The heart of the soul, where the inner child resides. It's all about your inner child. We got to start having fun, baby. So please hear this, because I know some people don't get this yet. Your life force energy is drained as an NPC. Pretending is where most of the energy has gone, not into living life itself, but the performance that you put on. I'm trying to motivate you. Crack open that pineal gland. You're living someone else's life. Oh, the TV told me to do this. Listen to the words. Pretending is where most of this is all fake. I know there's people like me. You're watching people, the behaviors, the stuff that's going on. You're saying this is all fake. It must be exhausting is a quote that I've been utilizing over the years. It's got to be exhausting to wear that mask. It's got to be exhausting. Someone hit the like button. Someone write a comment if you see this. And this is what it could drive you banana sandwich. Pretending is where most of the energy has gone, and not into living life itself. People are living their lives preparing. People go on to the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your knowledge from, and they're constantly in a performance, and they're performing an act of a spiritually awakened person and not actually being. You have to be embodiment of is the I am presence. Different timelines have different results. And you have to leave the inorganic and go to the God-given gifts that you have. And, you know, we all have different versions of ourselves. In today's comic of the day, one of the characters that is fascinating is known as Magneto. And on a different timeline, you know, one timeline, Magneto is quote unquote the bad guy. And on a different timeline, Magneto wears a white suit. And as he's ripping out of the Sentinel's face there, when I saw this comic, it's, you know, very interesting story. So on another timeline, he's viewed as a hero, saving the mutants. And, you know, sometimes we have to live our life with balance. So, you know, utilizing the character of Magneto and what timeline is he on and what is the representation of, some people might view you as the bad guy and some people might view you as the hero. What matters? What you think about you. We have some deep stuff here on this channel. So I know to my comic friends, my fellow comic nerds, but we learned through this. These are the stories about us. So as he could be viewed as a villain one place, and you know, they say he's one of the most fascinating characters because in the comic itself, at the end, the days of future past, when everything was decimated, the mutants were wearing T-shirts that wrote "Magneto was right." All right, so these are stories that actually represent us, but what you need to do is live your life with the content of character, and choose to be the hero. Choose to be the hero. So certain storylines, you know, this guy is kind of always the hero, or this guy's always the villain. But it's interesting when you see, oh, but what timeline? What is the representation of? And you have to understand people's perception of you according to their negative polarity. Some NPCs in the world that don't want to break, they see this because they're operating psychologically as the 7-year-old that pulls a temper tantrum. And what we need to do, so that's actually the modern day bully, which I did a video on the internet bully. Do you know about the internet bullies? So if they don't like what you're saying or it triggers them, it doesn't give them the right to write nasty things in your comment section. And I hope I can empower men to all be men. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing in the comment section? I mean, these are the things. This is an empowerment channel. That's an NPC. You don't do anything. You have to start creating your life. Everyone's got to hear this now. We're living in totally different worlds, different realities now. At the end, it's always you. It's always the I am. It's the I am presence. Who are you? Are you the hero? Are you the hero in your life, on your journey? You have to make the decision. And you make these decisions over time. And every one of these decisions compile. I really hope that people understand this. There is spiritual energy that we utilize on a daily basis. And this electromagnetic energy, as Tesla said, you got to really think about your nervous system and focus on the emotions that I've shared in the lesson. But I hope if one person hears this, if you say, how do I change my life, Uncle Mike? Pretending is where most of the energy has gone in your life, to pretend and not actually living life itself. The performance is over 999. Look for the matrix codes. Do you want a full video on the numbers? I know a lot of people see 1111. Do you see these numbers? It's part of the matrix code. And utilize these signs and synchronicities in life. You might see the reality actually come alive, where real people pop up out of nowhere to assist you on your journey. Certain circumstances and like a play acts out. And, maybe you've had some some experiences like this, comment down below. If you really enjoyed today's podcast, I'm so grateful if you hit the like button, and you could click the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Comment down below, do you see examples of people living in totally different worlds right now? And maybe I had a comment from someone, she said that her and her roommate, and they actually, even though they converse and they say, we're living in two different worlds, and they're in the same apartment, all right? So leave the comments. I'm always reading the comments. I feel that a lot of people are experiencing this right now, and it doesn't have to be a negative thing, but what you want to do is take control, have the positive mindset, be the hero, be on the right timeline. You see how we went full circle, and we get all the comic nerds involved as well. Stacy M, thank you so much for the super chat. Great convo again, Michael. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I love you all. So I appreciate that, Stacy. Very grateful. I'm grateful for the community, and check out the relevant videos that pop up here at the pinned comment. Go to the channel page. Check out some of my shorts. Check out the videos, the podcasts. We got it all waiting for you. I use different modalities to reach different types of people, and everything I do, I lead by example. Do not be held in a box of an algorithm. Be who you are. As Carl Jung said, the greatest privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truthfully are. Turn off NPC mode and turn on creator mode. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys very much. I really do. I'm so grateful. Soulstar Productions, thank you. The only love of and for God is real. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Soulstar. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for everyone. And let's get to the greatest privilege of a lifetime. Become who you truthfully are. Love you. Bye for now.